Hey, great to see you. Welcome back to another episode. My name's Tim and this is Retro Toys TV. So not too long ago I was successful in buying a near enough full set of Skeleton Warriors figures and vehicles off the wonderful place that is eBay. I even did an unboxing video for that way. I unboxed them live for you guys and the link is available up here. But no, don't go there yet. Watch this video, then go back and watch that video. First off, I didn't realise that Skeleton Warriors actually had done any toys whatsoever. I said in my previous video that I vaguely remember the cartoon and just happened to stumble across them from a UK seller on eBay. And when I saw she was selling the full set, well, I thought it was a full set, well certainly a lot of them, I kind of had a chat with her, got in a good bid for them and got them as a job lot. And they are in mint, unopened, unpunctured card condition. They are absolutely amazing. I think I remarked when I did the unboxing that you can still smell the kind of storagey smell you get from these things. So they are certainly, from my point of view, absolutely excellent pieces. And I had to find out really where they had come from and sort of their history. So I contacted the seller and I said, look, these are amazing things, absolutely amazing. Where did you get them from? And she said her dad actually worked for Ideal Toys, which is either the UK partner or the UK subsidiary of Playmates. And he got these as part of being an employee of the company and he kept them in storage ever since. And she's now going through and she's selling him some of his stuff. And she was really pleased it was going to a good home. So I thought it was quite a nice story that actually these things have been in storage since probably sort of 1995, certainly the mid-90s, and had never really been looked upon until now. So I thought it was really cool, really nice. They're really good additions to my collection, and actually they are the first sort of mint in box elements in my collection, so that's even better. Right, first impressions of these toys are how detailed they are. Whether it's the Skeleton Legion or the good guys, I don't know what they're called, the Prince Lightstar's dudes, the detail on the action figures is, yeah, spot on. Some things to point out for you, the Baron Dark figure, the skulls on his shoulders and he's kind of like where the cape fits on, really detailed, along with his eyes. Check out his eyes, the kind of what they've done with that. I don't know whether that's painted plastic or that's metal, but the way that his eyes shine, it's, yeah, little details like that. I think Dr. Cyborn is another one where you can see all the metal elements of him inside his rib cage and his arm and his leg. Yeah, some really nice detail there. Less so maybe for the humans, but some of their armour is quite intricate. Certainly Prince Lightstar's armour is really well done, and Grimskull, kind of half and half, because he's half skeleton and half human. His armour is done really well also. It's a shame I can't open them, and I'm not going to open them, but the visual element of these figures leads me to think they are quite heavy. Okay, they're made of plastic and the standard action figure stuff, but I imagine them to be quite bulky and quite heavy if you're holding them in your hand. They're not your sort of average run-of-the-mill churn them out in one mould style figures. Certainly not the Skeleton Legion anyway. So I imagine them being quite hefty figures to play with, which is really great. They also come with a lot of really cool accessories as well, whether it be weapons, laser guns, maces, swords, and also the weird little animals, whether it be a dragon or dog, skeleton dog kind of stuff that comes with them. And if you compare them to their cartoon counterparts, I would say they match up, if not succeed, what you used to see on the TV. Quite often with cartoons, you don't get that transition. These certainly are, I would say, less like action figures and more like those kind of McFarlane style diorama statuettes that you get. So moving in and looking at some of the good guys. So Prince Lightstar and his good guys, again, not your run-of-the-mill, I would say, heroic action figures. There's detail there. There's detail that you don't often get with even like the humanoid-esque characters. Certainly Prince Lightstar himself, quite a handsome young fellow, if I do say so myself. Certainly got the kind of look about him, and the facial kind of element of it is great. And you kind of get the feeling that whoever designed these, and I'd really like to find out who did design these toys, has really put a lot of effort into making them look really, really good. So with the vehicles, I've got the Skeleton Legion Warhorse and the Skeleton Legion Skull Cycle. Now, from a little bit of research, I think they were the only two vehicles that were ever released, so I'm quite chuffed to be able to get these. And likewise with the action figures, these boxes are unopened, so again, really, really chuffed that I've got these. The Warhorse has got a lot of detail again to the skulls and the kind of the mane and the saddle and all those kind of elements, which kind of brings it in line with the action figures that you can pair it with. Obviously I've not got it out of the box, but looking at the pictures and from other reviews on YouTube, the horse doesn't actually do much other than probably shoot like a missile and have a sort of lance that the Baron Dark can hold. But apart from that, he doesn't do anything else. Now, a part of me would think that it would be nice if it could do some actualization with the legs and stuff like that, but it's essentially a statue. But when you pair it with the action figure, from the pictures I've seen and the videos I've seen, it looks the part. So you kind of let it off a little bit. The Skull Cycle has some more accessories and more bits and bobs that it can and can't do. Again, the detail on it is really good and matches the action figures really well. Often with vehicles in certain toy lines, mask not included, and you kind of felt that the designers and the production people kind of, again, tried to churn them out and didn't necessarily keep an eye for detail. But here with the Skull Cycle, you can see some really good detail in the design of the vehicle itself and how it fits into the toy line. It's actually a shame that the good guys didn't get any vehicles as part of this toy line as well. Now, I don't know if there was ever an idea for a second toy line, because I believe, and I need to check this, but I think the cartoon only ran for one series. So likewise, not only was the toy line rushed out pretty quick, and actually if it was rushed out, kudos, because they did a really good job from it, but I don't know if there was ever a second series or second toy line ever considered. I need to go out and have a look and do a bit of research and see if there's any images or anything to come. But it would have been nice to see some good guy vehicles in and amongst the skeleton vehicles. So I told you a little bit about the history of how I got hold of these toys. They were obviously in storage, like I said, from someone who worked at the company. But it's interesting that the toys are not the same when it comes to the card. So I've got a group of them that are kind of what I would class as the standard kind of English UK version. And then I think I've got some that are the European version, well certainly French and Spanish. The card for the English has the kind of bad to the bone tagline, and it has pictures on the back of all the range with a little bit of blurb about the character, whereas the European version just a little bit of blurb about the character and the kind of premise of the storyline, and a picture of what the character can do and some of the weapons, but that's about it. I'm also missing one as well. I said that in my previous video. I'm missing Oracular, and that, although I'm really chuffed I've got it, the OCD in me is that I've got to get the last one to complete the set. There's also the little OCD under the OCD that's telling me I need to get the full set of English and the full set of European boxes, but I'm not buying to the OCD yet. Let's just get Oracular and get it sorted out. Skeleton Warriors is an interesting cartoon, and I think it's one of the ones, like I've said before, that I'm actually going to watch the video for. It's a really interesting concept. I heard someone on YouTube recently mention it, that it was supposed to be the He-Man for the 1990s. I'd be interested to understand the history of it as well, a bit like I've done for my Dino Riders videos, which you can see on my channel, just to understand how Skeleton Warriors came about and what were the ambitions, what were the aims for the cartoon, because certainly the toy line, if the toy line's anything to go by, they had really big ambitions. So I wonder if that's replicated in the history. I wonder if there's some history, because Playmates and Ideal is quite a big company, so maybe it was the network, the cartoon, whoever network was producing it, maybe they pulled the plug on it. I don't know. I will go away, I'll find out, and I'll let you know. So, question of the day: have you got any Skeleton Warriors toys? Have you got Oracular in a box that you're willing to sell? Please stick a comment in the comments below. Let me know what you think about these action figures. I'll be looking on eBay for Oracular, likewise having to keep an eye out for Oracular at the toy fairs coming up here in the UK. I'll also be back soon, because I will be recording some videos to do with the DVDs of cartoons that I've got recently, and like I said many times before, Skeleton Warriors is one of them. Until then, please like, subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll be back soon with some more Retro Toys TV goodness. Until next time, cheerio for now. Bye!